Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Texans Pro. Today, of course, we're back with Drew. We're going to kind of recap this playoff game against the Chargers. Definitely the most fun game of the season so far. Um, Probably the most well-rounded game for the Texans outside of, the first quarter. The offense played really well through pretty much after the 99-yard drive after the Hutchinson play with the drop snap. The offense played really well. The defense was amazing throughout this entire game. I mean, not that I'm necessarily surprised with how the defense played. This defense has played like this all season for the most part, except Baltimore. Um, the defense is unbelievable, and it's going to give them a chance throughout the rest of this season. I mean, like Kansas City, coming into this week, I didn't feel as confident against Kansas City. I'm starting to kind of warm up to the idea that maybe we could actually win this game because of how good the defense has played, and if we can get anything from the Texans offense. How you feeling, Drew?
Yeah, and I think the one thing I've been looking for all year was probably to find an identity of the team as a general. It doesn't really have you don't really have to have an offensive identity. Like the team has to have an identity, and I think we kind of got that from the Texans here now. Obviously they had those performances against other quarterbacks like Allen and Love. But I mean, you did this in the playoffs against Justin Herbert and a really well balanced offense, and you just gave him nightmares. I think that was awesome by them. You saw some fun packages on third down. You saw some epic plays from the guys in the secondary, Lassiter, and then we'll show a couple clips of Aziz Al-Shaair coming down hard, filling gaps instantly, rapid, quick. It was great. That was great team defense, and that's everything you want to see from the Texans. And then their offensive identity is kind of really what I would have it be if I were like a coach of the Texans. It's like, okay, so you want Stroud to, make plays out of structure, feed Nico Collins, feed Joe Mixon. That's exactly what they did. And that's how they won the game, and that's how they can win a lot of games. Obviously, you've won a little bit more well balanced offense, a more complete game from the offense too, which we definitely did not get the first half
No.
outside the series where the ball would snap started Stroud's good game. Really, that was hard to watch. It was really rough. It was frankly embarrassing. It's like, oh my God, this offense is just awful. But we can take a look at that too and kind of see what was going on there. And I think we are just talking about this before. The pressure rate was 38%. That's really high. But guess what? The Texans pressured the Chargers 50% of the time. So
Yep.
those two stats are just kind of crazy. And it's hard to believe that one team just absolutely killed the other, even after allowing 38% of the time. So good on the Texans. I think this is their identity. I think they can beat a lot of teams this way, I guess, except the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they can definitely be the Chiefs with this strategy. Obviously, there was some deception in their defense, like calling invert cover two when you're rapid or when you're consistently going cover three. Will Mahomes be able to decipher that? We'll find out. It's really just gonna depend on D'Amico, making the right calls at the right time against the Chiefs, and also getting off to a fast start against the Chiefs instead of last time when they played the Chiefs, where Mahomes had the pretty dominant first drive of the game. Then the Chiefs' offense didn't do too
Yeah,
much,
it didn't do too
anything
much
really
now.
impressive the rest of that game. So really, it will be about starting fast against the Chiefs and just kind of carrying the momentum from the Chargers game.
Yep. For sure. And, I don't think Kansas City is a team that the Texans can't beat. Kansas City hasn't, I get that their record is whatever it is, but they haven't played like this dominant football team like the record necessarily shows. A lot of their games have been really close, and, the Texans have been good in close games this year.
Yeah,
For the most part. They've lost close games, but they're under D'Amico Ryans in close games. They've been overall very good. And they have a very good kicker, which helps in those type of situations. So the Texans absolutely can hang in this game and kind of bid for an
yeah,
upset. It's
yeah.
100%
And I'm
possible.
laughing because I think I just read something like 5 minutes ago where Nick Wright on his little show said that the Chiefs
Yeah,
will take the Texans by halftime. When have the Chiefs taken care of any team by halftime this year? I'm confused.
no,
When did this
yeah,
when did this happen? Did it happen more than once or twice? I don't think so.
I
So
don't
that's
think
that's
so.
just
No,
really funny. But it's a good matchup, and that's why I was always wanting the Texans to play the Chiefs over the likes of the Bills or the Ravens. Obviously you want to beat the best team, And I don't think the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC
No.
whatsoever. But hey, win and advance, and then hopefully the Texans will get to go up against one of the best teams in the AFC and one of the best teams in the league. And but you have to beat the Chiefs first, and I think they should be
Yep.
able to beat the Chiefs. I'm just interested to kind of see how it all unravels and why they would have lost. I could imagine them losing by allowing too much pressure, causing Stroud to be uncomfortable, stuff like that. If the Chiefs shut down the run, I could see that causing problems. But I would be really shocked if the Texans defense has a bad performance.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. And going back to the first Kansas City game, the offense overall before the Tank Dell injury was playing really well. After the Tank Dell injury, there was there was just some things that that drive after the fourth down stop, Dalton Schultz drops the third down. They ran it twice. It just was not a good sequence. Like from
one of the
that
worst
point on.
drives of the year, easily.
Yeah, that was horrible. But as a whole, they actually played pretty well, and Stroud played a good game against the Kansas City defense. And mind you, this was a game where, if I'm not mistaken, this is a game Shaq Mason gets hurt. Kendrick Green goes in, who was awful in pass protection in this game. So I know Juice Scruggs didn't practice today. I'm assuming he's still going to play. So if he plays right guard, that's an improvement for the offensive line. And Juice Scruggs actually played pretty well recently since being plugged into right guard. So I think you can assume that the pressure will be a little bit better handled in this game. And you would think that they would have a better game plan for dealing without Tank Dell in a game where you're not going to have Tank Dell than having to do it in the middle of third quarter.
Very tricky. That's fair.
Where and as a whole, they actually Mechie can play the role that he did last week, and he's done for the last month and a half of the year. I know he had some bad moments in this Chargers game. He had some really bad moments in this Chargers game, but as a whole, I actually don't think he's been bad the last month and a half. I don't think he's played poorly. That was just a really bad game. So
another thing,
sucks, but
matchup wise or scheme wise, I would say, hate to say it, but I do believe that Irv Smith and Tegan Toriano are better blockers, and Irv Smith might be a better tight end than Cade Stover. Yes, Cade Stover knew the playbook better,
well.
and they wanted to play Stover, but him being out with injury is insane for Shaq Mason, as we're saying, is not a loss by any means whatsoever. Maybe you could even say the Shaq Mason part could have been a good thing, and outside of injury, and then Cade Stover, I think you're not forcing him into this role anymore, and you're just utilizing Quatoriano's blocking skills or Smith's blocking skills and athleticism. You don't really have to ask for anything else out of them. And I think that's a good thing. I think, yes, Stover had been a little bit better, but he's just not fit for the role that he was in. And I kind of like the fact that they don't have to force using him anymore.
No, and Irv has actually surprised me with his blocking.
Right, which was not
he's been
early in his career.
No, but he's played pretty well for the Texans lately, and I have no issue with him stepping into that role. I think he'll play fine. Maybe some Andrew Beck. I know you'll be excited about that. Some Andrew Beck.
Yeah,
Andrew Beck sighting.
Is he on the active roster technically?
I think he's on practice squad.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think he's on practice squad, but I would assume that him, I guess, or Quatoriano gets called up, or both.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have just pure specific. Sometimes it's good to have guys in your roster that are good at specific things only, and just those things, not versatile player necessarily. And I think that it'll be nice in a little bit of a way.
Yeah. And I thought Stover as of recently has started to play a little bit better. I think there was some good moments mixed in lately, but I don't think it's the end of the world.
No.
And I think if we're going back to the injuries with the tight end room, I think what's really unfortunate is that you don't have Brevin Jordan. That still sucks.
That will always be it. Yeah. I think you win games, frankly, win an extra game with Brevin Jordan on your roster.
Probably. I mean, Brevin Jordan was a huge key to this team. Like, people can deny it. People acted like it wasn't that big of a deal when it happened. It
That's
always
like
was a
Eric
big
Murray.
deal.
Like people are like, oh, well, what? What does he do? Like, oh no,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
actually
yeah. It's
gets a
like you don't
lot.
want to see MJ Stewart back there, I don't think.
Yeah, I
Right?
know.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually good. Don't forget.
Yep.
So
And here we can actually, before we go into some film, if you want, we can go through maybe some of the stats from the first Kansas City game and from the
right.
Chargers game. Let's go look at how this game played out. Let's go right here. I'll go. I want to say it was week 16. Nope,
Should
that's
be yes.
wrong week. All right, let me click out of this. There we go. All right, there we go. So we can go in here. All right. So, yep. So the Texans pressure rate was basically 40%. Um, it's too high. We've talked about this. It's too high. Um, they actually ran the ball okay. I mean, 4 yards of carry is not the end of the world. Um, had some, not necessarily the one rushing yard over
Yeah,
expected is great,
16
but
carries from your running backs in total is never a good way to try to win a football game. I
yeah,
think they should be
yeah,
able to go back and look at that. As you saw, Mixon had 25 carries against the Chargers. Now, that was more because of the flow of the game, maybe. But still, you need to try to run the ball first a little bit better. And slow is shown some adjustments throughout the year. Like you even saw that cool formation where you got the I think it was Mixon who kind of went to like a old school formation, lineup as a running back.
yeah,
You got motion, orbit motion into a jailbreak screen. Nico Collins, like they're finding other ways to do things that they want to do in a creative manner. So and, you might not just see halfback toss or wide zone against the Chiefs. You might see
for
duo,
sure.
trap, power, stuff like that. They need to find other ways to run the ball as well.
And you can look into just some of these stats too, where Mahomes statistically played pretty well, but a lot of the stuff that he did was
Yeah, look at that.
not necessarily a lot of difficult throws. I mean, average 5 yards, average separation was like 4.5. Tight window throw was under 10%. Completion percentage over
But
expected was
also, they're
under or
probably going to
negative
do that
5.
again because they're not going to attack the
Yeah,
Texans' corners. They will not be attacking the
no.
Texans' corners next week or on Saturday.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
this is why it's big to have Aziz Al-Shahir back, like we've
Yeah,
talked about.
and Christian Harris.
Um,
And I think
and
honestly,
Christian
Christian
Harris,
Harris,
yeah.
I'm pretty damn sure he wasn't playing because he was still injured. He played 7
Yeah, I am
snaps.
too, yeah.
I don't think it was because of a continuity thing with Toa Toa, like I saw some people suggest. I think he was just a little bit banged up. And I think that there was
Yeah, I agree.
fine with what they had.
Agreed. And this was actually one of Dalton Schultz's better games of the year. Even though he had some really frustrating moments in this game,
Yeah, I was gonna
he
say you
actually
had
was okay.
at least 4 clips, I believe, that
Yeah,
week.
yeah, he was frustrating, but statistically one of his better games of the year. And then here, let's go. We can go to we can go to some stats from the Chargers playoff game. This is what we were talking about earlier. Uh, so you had 50% pressure rate,
And how much pressure did they get
which
on
is
Mahomes in week 16?
uh, it was let's see, 35.6,
35. Pretty high,
16
actually.
pressures. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So pretty decent. Like we talked about, I posted about this. I mean, Herbert statistically was awful in this game. I with the EPA, like they're all kind of different. Some sites do them differently, but no matter how you look at this, Herbert was horrible. Like if you want to look at the other one, let's see, you can like Herbert. No matter how you slice this, he was not good. Um, Actually, one of the worst playoff performances in NFL history. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I mean this
But
one.
some people, such as Pro Football Focus, believe that he was in fact better than CJ Stroud. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that.
Yeah,
I don't know
Herbert
how
was
that
not
happened.
good. Greg Roman was not good. Like on the play to Kamari last year, you're rolling out to your right. You have one out route, and then you have
Stupid.
2 routes going away from the field. He should have thrown the out route. The out route was actually open, but he ended up throwing it to QJ, and that didn't really work out. Kamari last year made a heck of a play, but at the same time, like it's on the quarterback, it's on the offensive coordinator. Really bad game from the Chargers. They did not come to play. The Texans did.
No. And this was, again, we've talked about it. This is one of CJ Stroud's better rushing games of the year. I was glad to see him take off.
It
was pretty cool.
He's got good downhill speed. Like he just doesn't really care to do.
Cool to see him. It was cool to see him talk about it in his press conference today about how during that or on that interception that he threw, he went back on the iPad, looked at it, and said, or basically was frustrated with himself because there was a lot of room to run and he didn't run. So after that, you saw he started running. And I'm glad that he did, because even just from being there, I said the same thing when I was watching, and I'm like, just run there. He had a ton of room. So just take off.
It's kind of a Ohio State Georgia-esque game.
Yeah.
Where he kind of realizes, hey, I'm actually pretty athletic, and I don't need to just stay in the pocket the entire time.
To me, it feels like he knows he can run. He just doesn't necessarily do it unless he has to. So you get to playoffs. He knows he has to run, and he does it. Also, pretty clean passing chart for Stroud this game. Stroud, again, throwing in breakers. This is kind of what we talked about.
Back to the middle of the field, and they did. That was great to see.
Yeah, and this is kind of what we talked about, where he had not been that great against split safety coverage. What do you want to do against split safety coverage? Some crossers, some attack the middle of the field. That's what the Texans did, and it worked. Stroud's very good at throwing these in-breaking routes, and he played a really good game for the most part. He had some mistakes, but as a whole, he played really well. You got over 300 total yards, and you get the touchdown. You get the super high completion percentage or not super high, but a pretty good one. Like I said, he's been playing pretty well lately as a whole. He's the Baltimore game was one that was bad, but even I talked about it when it happened. I still thought against Tennessee this game, I still thought he played well in that game. I know we debated that one. I know there was a bad pick. I still thought he played well in that game. So but either way, he's starting to play better. He definitely in this game. To me, it feels like a lot of the time he's almost too afraid of making a big mistake. And since the offense is just not playing at super high level, like he's not trying to make the big mistake, just go play. And after that hutch, the drop snap, the fumble, he just went out and played. That's what you want to see. Go out and make plays. If you throw a pick or even two picks, but you make up for it with we talk about in the City game, you throw 2 picks, still played really well in that game, gave them a good shot to win that game.
A great example of a good game, multiple interceptions. Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite games from Stroud, Kansas City game. And you look back at the tape of the way he was throwing the ball, velocity, anticipation, layering, ball placement. That was good. Great example of a 2 interception game where it's I could care less about the interceptions. Definitely don't love the interception against especially the floater to the sideline. That was just awful.
Yeah, that was just a bad throw. Yeah, really, I don't know what he was doing there.
It can't happen in that territory either. And obviously, if there's space to run too, you gotta definitely take that because that's guaranteed yards. Even a pass is never guaranteed.
Yeah, and that's why I was glad to see him say in the press or the press conference today that you just run. Like it was there, yeah. He saw it and he learned from it, which was good. You want to hear that. And I think it's gotten to the point now where he shouldn't be over concerned about making a mistake because of how well the defense is playing. You can make a mistake. The defense is probably going to get you back, but you're going to have to make plays. Like you can't play this conservative style. You're going to have to make plays downfield. And I think with how well the defense has played, you got to you can legitimately
you should not be afraid of throwing an interception anymore. Right.
No, you can turn the ball over, but you're going to have to make plays down the field. And that's why, I think there was the one play, I don't remember exactly when it was in the game, probably second quarter, where, Nico necessarily wasn't open. I think it was one-on-one with a corner, and he didn't really have leverage. He just threw it. Like, I'm cool with that. And it wasn't necessarily it wasn't a great throw or anything. Like, it probably could have been a better throw, but I don't hate the idea. Just give your guy a shot. Like, we're gonna have to make some plays down the field. And we're going into this game against Kansas City where there's not a lot for the Texans to lose in this game. Most people don't expect them to win this game. Most people in the fan base don't expect them to win this game. And I don't think I mean, the odds are not like nothing's in their favor for this one. Like,
Right.
you're gonna have to make some plays. You're like their secondaries is better than your receivers with how the situation is with Tank and Diggs. You're gonna have to make some plays, especially to Nico. Like, you're gonna have to take some risks, and that's completely okay. Like, it's what happened in the first Kansas City game too. Take your risks. If you throw some picks, it's all right. But you have to take these risks down the field. It has to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. The receivers is what it is at this point.
Yep.
But they know that they can win with the defense, and like I said, I like the style of football against the Chargers. I think it's something that you can do every week, and I think that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was very impressive how late in that game they were able to run the ball like they did. Not necessarily that I didn't think they could do that, but I didn't think they could do that.
Yeah,
Um,
especially the Mixon rushing touchdown drive at the end of the game, play after play after play, great yards every
yeah, it
single
was really
time.
impressive.
It's good. Also, Blake Fisher, great game as well as an
Yep.
entirety. And I just love seeing what we didn't see from really anyone on the offensive line throughout the year was just little clips of them being nasty, punishing defenders. You get to see that with Blake Fisher, and I think that's one trait that he has that no one else in the offensive line has, and that's also a trait you need on someone on your football team or a right tackle, and I think that he's going to be there for a long time now. I mean, I wasn't, of course, never will be happy about the draft position of Blake Fisher and other players who they could have gone, but sometimes that's irrelevant, especially irrelevant for a team that's in the playoffs. You have the luxury of doing that and drafting players at that position, and it ended up paying off. I think that Blake Fisher is going to turn out to be a really good football player because he
Yeah,
is a
I really like what I've seen from Blake Fisher. You know, it's not like granted, it's not all been perfect from Blake Fisher. There's been ups, there's been downs, but what you're seeing from him is undeniably impressive. He's done a very good job filling in. And I really never thought of him as a guy that was going to play this year. He was kind of more of a project to me. So the fact that he's been able to fill in and not get exposed, tackle against especially the Chargers, who have two very good edge rushers, very impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I guess since he's a right tackle and not a left tackle, it was never going to be as much of a project because you're not on your blind side. Like, you don't have
yeah,
to have
yeah,
supreme power to be able to hold your ground too much. But even then, it doesn't seem like he's been overwhelmed necessarily by anything. And
no,
we've seen good technique. He's really good against. He was good at Notre Dame, but this good against speed rushers too. And there's not too many pass rushers on the edge now with power, and those guys are more likely going to go up against the left tackles anyways. If they're a powerful guy, you're going to want to put someone that can really get into the blind spot of that
mhm.
left tackle or blind side, I should say. So I don't think Blake Fisher is going to struggle at all. Certainly not against the Chiefs, and he hasn't struggled as much as we thought he would be. Obviously, he didn't look good at left tackle when he had to play left tackle, but again, he doesn't have the traits
Yeah,
of a left tackle, and he doesn't need to ever play with left tackle again in his life.
no. And what's funny is I've seen some people on Texas Twitter saying he's a future left tackle, which not the case.
Right, he's not.
Not the
He's not.
case.
And the Texans will
Yeah,
draft a left tackle once Larry Tunsil gets a little bit older, and that's how it will go.
yeah,
They're not going to move Blake
yeah,
Fisher left tackle. You might see Tyus Howard play left tackle for a couple years if he has to, but no, it's never going to be Blake Fisher right tackle. He didn't or left tackle. He didn't play left tackle in Notre Dame. I don't even know if he played left tackle in high school. So you don't even want to make that switch in the first place because it just isn't comfortable for him, or he doesn't have enough experience there. Like being an experienced left tackle matters. I want my left tackle to have played left tackle for 4 years in high school, 3 to 4 years in college, and then go to the NFL and play it again.
Yeah, agreed. And whether or not Laramie Tunsil is frustrating to a certain extent, I don't think he's going to
He's
be
not going
gone
anywhere
anytime soon.
Yeah.
So, and that's not that's not a bad thing. Like Laramie Tunsil is a very good player.
He gets money. He gets to go to the Pro Bowl, and he gets to go to the playoffs. Where else would he want to be? What is he missing? No, he's going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
He's not going to complain. We're not going to trade him. No.
Yeah, 100%. You want to go ahead and get into some film?
Yeah, we'll go into some film. What should we go over first, you think? We'll do third down defense. It's only 11 plays.
Got you.
Yeah, something quick to start with.
Yep. Let's go. All right, let's go. Here we go.
All right. Obviously, the game could have been a lot different if the Chargers started out with 2 touchdowns on the first 2 drives. And they had plenty of opportunities to do that, and they didn't because the defense is good. What was it? 3rd and 1 here? 3rd and 2 maybe.
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. So I mean, just look at how they play here. Look how quick they play. Aziz is kind of hovering over the center. Looks like we can go back a little bit.
Yep.
I was
pretty shocked they didn't just sneak this.
Right.
I mean, you got a big quarterback, but
I remember Olu had been out. This also they got 3 defensive tackles on the field to note as well.
Yeah, they've been using. We talked about it earlier.
They've
been using the five man front a lot.
Yeah, it looks like Folu really held his ground and kind of just allowed Toto to get downhill. Remember, he was out. We've been missing Folu for a while, and so him being back, I don't know if he played in the Chiefs game. I'm not entirely sure, but that's awesome. Yeah, so that's another player that's back and that can make an impact, and he made an impact right there. And this is third and long.
This is the here. I will check if Folu played in that game because I don't actually know for sure.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure he didn't. If I'm not mistaken. He did not. The last game Folu played in was the Dolphins game, and he played 6 snaps.
Yeah, so he got hurt early in that game. And here we see Miles Bryant.
Having him back, as a run defender. Kansas City gets a lot of light boxes to run the ball against, and it's not like the running backs are great. Pacheco's okay. Kareem Hunt. I don't think Kareem Hunt's very good. So you can have light boxes against them. Get back in.
Here I want to talk about. Look at the effort you get from Kamari. I know it's against it might be against the tight end, but Kamari Lassiter completely shuts down the underneath route.
Go back to,
and that's probably going to be one of your first reads to kind of create the high-low. I don't know exactly what 81 is. I wish I did, but it's all right. Might be Will Disley.
It looks like Disley.
Right. And look, there is nobody open. And that's Miles Bryant, too.
Yeah.
Miles Bryant is making the play here. He's running with Joshua Palmer. He's got outside leverage to start. He switches to McConkey. So that's just good, I would say, good match principles against a 3-receiver set. So D'Amico kind of just probably went through this with the guys for the game. And Miles Bryant isn't doing anything crazy here to shut it down. He's just kind of running with the route. He's going to take the second guy on this after the stack. Palmer's not doing anything special against Eric Murray either. And so sometimes it comes down to not having a separator as well, but good defense.
Yep. And then this was a really good play by Kamara. I remember this one.
Left overload. You can have stunt, and then obviously he's matching the underneath. That's and he just chases that. He doesn't have necessarily like the long speed. He has the twitch to be able to, match those underneaths and shut down the mesh concept.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it's pretty.
Look how rapid he's moving.
Yeah, and QJ is a guy that people are on QJ's ass a lot of the time, but it's not because he's not fast. He's pretty fast.
He's fast.
Um,
I mean, you're at
but
4.3 something.
he didn't catch the ball. Like he's a quick receiver. He's always been a quick guy. He just doesn't catch the ball. So it's not like Kamari tracking him is not impressive. It definitely is.
That's a third and long complete conversion, I believe. If we can go back to the coverage.
Yeah, this is third. This is 3rd and 12. Yeah,
3rd and 12. So that was probably one of the more disappointing plays of the game. And they only had 3 conversions. I don't know where he ran the route to, but obviously you'd like Bullock to be able to get there. If we can go to the other camera view again.
got you. From what I remember, I think it was short of the first down.
I would assume so, because you wouldn't want your guys to be playing past the sticks like that.
Yeah. He runs it.
Cover 4, and
it's like 2 or 3 yards short.
Toto's flat-footed, so he drives on it a little bit too late, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty bad angle from Toto.
That's gonna be it's definitely gonna be on Toto. You gotta drive on it. He's flat-footed for way too long, and his hips kind of move left as well. That's why Christian Harris was definitely just a little bit banged up. He would have been in on that play. He's not.
I mean, on 3rd down, like a 3rd and long, you would definitely put Christian Harris in the game.
There's no doubt.
I mean, Toto is the better run defender, but everything else is Christian Harris. So, yeah, he would have been in that spot for sure.
Absolutely. I don't know when his 7 snaps were, but
they were all at the very beginning of the game, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. It probably just to like see how he was feeling.
We could actually check that after.
But apparently he's moving well. So,
yeah. He if I'm not mistaken, he didn't play against the Titans too, right?
No, he didn't. And here, Toto's just kind of reading Herbert, and he's able to quickly, again, nothing special by the Chargers here. If we go back to the other angle of this last play, I know you're on your phone right now, but just the coverage.
Checking this one right here.
Yeah, right there. It's 3rd and 8, so I'm curious as to what happened past the sticks. Not this play.
Go back. There we go.
Curious to see what happened or what routes went past the sticks. Didn't seem to be too much pressure. They're going to have a left overload. No stunt, but a kind of a delay blitz by Alshire. It looks like QJ was open. There's no ball from Herbert. So, yeah, again, Herbert did not have a good game. He wasn't really pulling the trigger. He was pressured. I was mistaken. I wasn't really paying attention, but he was pressured.
Yeah, this is the one.
I like the design to have everyone crash and then let Alshire kind of delay and find out where he needs to add. That's called an add-in blitz. They already have someone designated for the running back, so Alshire is going to be able to just kind of blitz in there. As you can see here, he's going to look. There you go. Also, Dobbins could have protected as well. So kind of a weird thing by the Chargers there. Dobbins could have picked that up and allowed Herbert to maybe get the QJ. And everything happens so quickly. Perfect timing by Alshire.
Yep.
And stuff like that will work against Mahomes too. You can keep him in the pocket as long as you keep him in the pocket, and then you can try to condense it with stuff with add-in blitzes like that. You also have separation to the left side of the field, but I'm assuming there's some pressure
here. Let's go back.
Yeah.
This, if I'm not mistaken, Aziz gets a hit on him.
Mm-hmm. So look, the 3rd down designs by D'Amico Ryans have all been really, really good. Outside of the 3rd and 12, that's been the only conversion so far. And that was just a bad play by Toa. You're going to get pressure.
Yep.
He's forced to roll right. He can't get to the guy on the left. We'll see what kind of blitz package we have here. So you're going to have Autry on the right side with Edwards, maybe. Yeah, probably Edwards. And Anderson's way outside, by the way. There you go. You got a stunt.
Yeah.
So you got a stunt and a twist by the linebacker. I mean, you had so much happening there for the offensive line to deal with. Of course, again, they are picking it up. The Houston Texans offensive line would not be able to pick this blitz up. But it still forces the quarterback to go outside, and you can't really operate within the pocket and go through your progression. So the design is there, and it works. And then that was awesome. That play was awesome.
Yeah.
I remember that. And we'll see. I think, this is the way I was talking about earlier. If you can, like, slow it, I don't know if you want to, like, slow it down or anything.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah. Aziz Al-Shaair is going to sprint to the gap. Pretty cool. That's just why I love linebacker builds like him. He's quick. He's super fluid. Quick trigger, like I said. Acceleration, physicality. And I guess toe-to-toe lining up inside like that affected the gaps towards 77-1 to down block him. So another good design. Where it's really just Aziz Al-Shaair gets to read it out, but that was the only open gap, and he just shot it. And that's exactly what you want from your linebackers. Left overload again. Gonna have a loop from Al-Shaair. And we'll see how Autry wins. I think it's a really good rep by Autry, if I remember correctly.
Let's see.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, just quick swim. Quick swim move over 68. I think 68's a little bit too high. He's going to try to punch him kind of up here. Easily going to be able to swim over that. If you're an offensive lineman, that's not ideal.
I think we can go ahead and skip this one. We don't have to watch this.
Right. And then that was just I want to see the angle on the tackle, though. I'm a little curious.
I don't know what – I honestly have no idea what Kalen Bullock was doing.
Right.
I have zero
That's
idea
one of the
doing.
plays that happened to him in college that were making people say that he's, like, over aggressive or, like, too raw. Like, look at that.
Yeah,
that's one of those what the fuck.
On third and 26, don't do that. Like, that's the last thing he should do on a 3rd and 26. But
I don't know.
I'll give him a pass.
Was this ball 26 yards down the field, or was it like less than 20? Or
it was a little bit short. I'm pretty sure it was like
you should never do that.
Let's see.
Yeah, curious to why he would.
The ball is caught, so when he catches it,
right, and so he should
at least a couple yards short.
If you're a safety, you want to sit. You're called a safety for a reason. You want to sit at the sticks and then lunge at him to knock the ball out if you have to. If you don't have to, fine. But here he needed to, and he just completely overdid himself.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
He knows it. I'm sure he knows it. It's not. It's not tomfoolery. He knows he messed up. And this is just a late game. I wasn't even here.
Yeah.
I wasn't even there.
I stayed for the whole game, so I was here. I don't really remember this that well, but I was there.
Looks like Al-Shaair had a good play, but it's a 4-yard gain. They're getting MJ Stewart some reps. Yeah. Defense line got a little overwhelmed. They weren't really defending the run there. That's one of those plays where you're not necessarily trying. As you can tell, they didn't even have their 5-2 set in. So,
all right, so you can check out.
He was in on kickoffs.
So he took 4 snaps in the first quarter.
Is that what that means?
Let's see.
Huh. Did not expect to see that.
He is.
I see him.
Oh, he's right here.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, there you go.
Huh.
So he took 4 snaps. He took took 4 snaps in the first quarter, 2 in the second.
Let's see those 4 snaps.
1 in the third. Gotcha.
Curious to see if it was from poor play, because that can happen too if it's egregious enough.
Yeah, it felt like early in the game the linebackers were getting beat. I don't know. I didn't know exactly who it
Well, it's not
was, but
necessarily him if he was only in for 4
that's what I
plays.
was saying. Yeah, yeah. I didn't necessarily know if it was him, but
Yeah, I mean that's if we're running into blocks, that's not ideal. I will at least say that. Because here they're in 4-3, and the rest of the game they kind of go to 4-2-5. So I'm curious if they just wanted to play 4-2-5. Obviously, the linebacker or that tight end's bigger than him,
yeah,
but you would like him to stay on his feet. Then 4-3 again. Remember, if their 4-3 look did not work against the Ravens. And here he's being attacked by the tight end once again. So they may have felt that the alignment of the 4-3 look wouldn't work against that. I mean, you just see it's hat on hat on hat. And they needed to go to a more nuanced 4-2-5 look. That's very possible.
yeah,
Now, I would still hope that Christian Harris would have been on third downs, but I have no problem with them having a 4-2-5 with Henry To'oTo'o and Al-Shaair on running downs. That's okay.
yeah. Agreed.
First and second down, I'm totally fine with that. Now, they're going to do a bunch of play action pass with crossers and, getting inside, underneath and behind you and all that stuff, then concerning, but I can understand getting out of 4-3. Yeah, that's not a good play by Christian Harris. You
Yeah,
gotta
it does seem like they're kind
take
of.
on the blocker. And I think
Unless
the
I'm
media
wrong.
thought he was hurt. I think
Yeah,
someone
unless I'm wrong, it looks like to me the Chargers have run at him every play.
yeah.
Let's see. This is who's
And then
that?
that's
Kamara. It was a
fine.
good play.
And then that's
Yeah,
fine. But this doesn't
and
seem like an injury thing. Obviously, there's a couple more
no,
plays. But he was on special teams.
yeah.
You don't
If
play
he's playing
starters.
special teams, he wasn't hurt, or at least the injury wasn't the issue.
And again, this is totally fine. Obviously you have your problems with To'oTo'o in coverage scenarios, but the Texans love Henry To'oTo'o. They gave him the green dot when Al-Shaair was out, or something like that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
They did. He's a great communicator. He's great against the run. He's going to be here for a while as well. People might have their problems with him. And then I just don't think the 4-3 look was working too. The middle of the field is a little bit too open because you just kind of have these short drops from all three linebackers. What you can get out of a 4-2-5, I feel like, is you're taking care of you're condensing the space to where the receivers can run into. Or here, there's just a little bit too much space, and also Al-Shaair's
there it is again.
to
Yeah,
get his eyes off the quarterback. Good lord, tries out of the backfield. But yeah, when you have a linebacker lined up right there, you can be attacked by the tight end the entire game. Christian Harris did a good job of waiting for the running back to come out. So on that play, so that's okay.
I believe was that his last actual snap. Not yet. One more.
And then you obviously like the athleticism you see there, but let's kind of see what angle he takes on. Obviously, he's well involved in this play. Yeah, you'd probably like him to make that tackle, I feel.
Yeah, it was kind of what we talked about earlier. Don't like you got to do a better job staying on his feet. Stop it. Like, you can't hit the ground as much as he's hitting the ground. Still a good play, but
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of me when I was playing receiver. I would never really stay on my feet. I was more of a possession guy. I didn't really get those the yards after catch.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to be a clumsy football
Hey, well,
player.
being a possession guy is not the end of the world.
Right.
You know, it's efficient football. And we can go through some of the offensive stuff. I kind of I don't really want to watch the early game offense. It was so bad. I'd kind of rather
Well,
watch the good stuff.
no, that's not how film review works, Jacob.
I know. I'm just messing. We'll
It's just
watch.
all right. These are just all passes. Okay. If you want to do just
Yeah,
sideline view too to speed it up, I think you can do that.
I think it makes. Oh wait, let's see. Well, maybe.
So go to click that little like what's the thing next to the sideline? Yeah, click that.
What is
There you
this?
go.
Oh yeah, yeah. Here, got you, got you. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
And
that's
then
pretty cool. I
so
didn't know we could do that.
there's a little bit of a funny thing. I think someone was like, first play is designed to John Mechie. No, the first play
No,
is a
this is a good
spacing.
concept.
It's a great concept against zone coverage, and Mechie
Yeah,
fumbles. He's open, he
yeah.
fumbles. It's simple as that. You know,
It's a good
it's a
design.
good it's a good drive starter because I like starting the drives out with passing, frankly, because sometimes that could
Yeah,
be a little
yeah.
bit
I
more
do too.
guaranteed. Obviously, I said passing isn't guaranteed yards, but it can be more efficient yards than running the ball.
No, yeah, yeah. I mean, this is a good concept. Um, and Mechie fumbles. It's nothing like it's not. This is not on Sloak, even though I like to blame Sloak. There's nothing to blame him for here.
Yeah,
Um,
certainly. I mean,
and so this is one that PFF counted as a turnover worthy play. I'm not really sure
hmm,
if I if I'm buying this. I guess we'll see.
I'm buying that. Yeah, that could have easily been a turnover, Jacob.
Yeah, yeah,
Very, very, very easily could have been a turnover because we're talking probably inches there away from the ball, and he's diving
yeah.
towards it. You
I guess from
cannot
where I
make
was
that
sitting,
mistake.
I mean, I hadn't seen the replay, so I guess from where I
Right.
was sitting, I thought it was farther away from him.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could
That
see that.
is very, very, very turnover
Yeah,
worthy.
yeah. I thought it honestly from where I was I thought it like bounced before him. So yeah, okay.
And
I could
also
see that.
right there, we saw just a quick slant, great against cover two.
Yep.
Over the middle, that should be good every single time.
Like this play too.
Play action, bang. Look at the zip. Though I don't really know why it was low, but seems to happen sometimes. It's better to miss low than high, I would say. As you saw, Herbert
Yeah.
misses high.
Well, he seems to throw
Brooks.
he seemed to throw low on purpose a lot of the time where he's trying to I guess not get
That
receivers killed.
right.
Like
He
I
was
don't know. It
worried.
seems to
He
happen
was
a
getting
lot.
worried. He was worried about. Can we see that again when it zoomed in? I couldn't really see.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got you.
and then you can't miss those like that. And that was why I was like, this guy, like this offense, it's just hard to watch at times. The number one metric about quarterbacks is accuracy. If you make those like that all the time, you're gonna be a good quarterback. Actually, that's why Sean Payton loved Bo Nix because he would never miss a throw like that. I'm not saying CJ Stroud's a bad quarterback. I'm saying that's a good way to like if you're watching college tape, like see if a quarterback makes throws like that. And then here this was I believe this really was on CJ Stroud. That the way he got sacked there. If you look at kind of the way he handles the pocket, yeah, zoomed in. He steps up and
Yeah.
also Titus Howard usually doesn't give up that much cushion. He kind of just let Bosa inside a little bit too much. But also at the same time, if you're Stroud, you feel that, you can probably roll left. I think you can definitely roll left. And then you also are going to have a touchdown, Deontay Johnson. And maybe Deontay Johnson is still on the football team if he catches this.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh boy, yeah.
Matter of fact, if Tunsil had just protected for a second longer, it's still a touchdown, Deontay Johnson.
Yeah. That's a tough one. That's tough. And then this was another just like quick hitter, if I'm not mistaken. A little slant again, I think.
Yeah, and again, they're taking advantage of the Chargers defense.
This was 3rd and 15, if I'm not mistaken. So they probably
Awkward.
Yeah, 3rd and 15. That was the one they came out to go for it, and they took it to the quarter and then punted.
Very, very weird to do something like that when you have a kicker with a leg.
Yeah, I would have liked to. This is what I was talking about earlier, where I don't hate the idea of just.
I don't hate that, but
it definitely could be a better ball. But
deep balls. There's just something about it that's not friendly. It's very weird. I can't really pinpoint. Also, Deontay Johnson is open. So, we can talk about people being nuisance, but he's open.
Yeah.
Let's look at it one more time. I don't love the timing by Schultz. Could have gone out there. Let's see.
Titus kind of gets beat too, which is tough. Forces him to step up.
Let's see where Nico. I don't really know why Nico faded outside, honestly.
He kind of slows up too here, which I'm kind of confused by. Like right there.
Yeah. One thing I would say is I just kind of wish it was more of a leverage thing where Nico's like, okay, he's on the outside. Let me just really post this inside, burst, and I'm gonna have a bunch of space. But he just kind of fades out there, and it's very uncoordinated play. And here's the interception.
Yeah.
People are saying Schultz bad effort.
Yeah, from his sideline from Stroud's sideline reaction, he clearly was trying to throw this to Schultz. But I don't know.
But also, that wouldn't make sense based on where the ball was placed. So, also good job by Schultz to settle because he was that was actually what I would tell my receiver or tight end to do because you see the quarter over there and the curl flat over there. You can't run that route to that or a corner.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's actually a really good job.
It's a miscommunication, but I don't really understand what Stroud is thinking because even if Schultz runs that, it's not open.
Not open at all. No. And so I know exactly why Schultz settled in the space right there.
Yeah, I don't blame Schultz for that at all. I mean,
so it's not like someone said bad effort by Schultz. Like, no, that's a fucking route. That is a route that many tight ends run across the league by Don Schultz. Like, look at that.
And this is what I was talking about, or Stroud was talking about after the interception. Yeah. He went back and looked at the iPad. Just run. Just run. You got a good pocket. You got all this space. Just go. I don't know. What is it? Let's see.
Looks like 3rd and 8.
3rd and 7. You can get 7 yards here. Like, you can easily get 7 yards. Just go. Just go. So I'm glad he figured this out at some point in the game because it was there. It was there the whole game.
Clearly. And I like stuff like that. That's what their identity needs to be, just for a little while until you can figure out everything else.
Oh, this was the yeah.
I don't know exactly. I don't know if the ball was really in the best placement there for him to be able to maintain. Yeah, that would definitely help because I saw, end zone view would help.
Yeah.
Because obviously, from when it's all zoomed out like that, you're like, oh, just hit him in the lens, and I hit it a little bit and he dropped it. Like, makes him seem, kind of soft.
I got
Something
you.
like that, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily that.
Yeah, they're
They
just
went
gonna
to
keep skipping place here.
yeah.
What's going on? All right, let's just do this, I guess.
Can watch this one more time. Casual finger gun celebration by Nico, no penalty. Thank you, NFL.
There we go. All right.
All right.
It's just frozen now. What's going on?
They really do not want us to ridicule anyone here.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. Messi's camp gave him a call.
Yeah, I really think that should be a catch. I really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he should have caught that ball.
Absolutely. I mean, from what I see, he's just running his in breaker from the slant. Gets him in the hands. He kind of doesn't even get hit too hard, and ball just kind of comes out.
Yeah, I mean, especially in that situation, you got to just protect the ball. Like, he's kind of worried about getting upfield there. Just, second and their first and 10 or whatever. Or,
look,
yeah,
that is absolutely on Tyus Howard. There is no way around it. That is on Tyus Howard.
Yeah.
Again, he's engaging too soon. We talked about this multiple times this year. They're engaging and not thinking of anything else happening. How dare you forget that this has been an issue, Titus? How dare you forget that your quarterback's getting sacked all year from these stunts? You have to be more prepared in your preparation for the football game. You got to be more prepared, more aware in general.
His head's never there.
He never
sees him.
And it doesn't matter if Patterson went to the right side. If your left guard can't handle that stunt, he shouldn't be in the league. It's simple football.
I don't get how this
simple switching. People switch and play defense on basketball all the time. It's a simple skill to have.
Simple pick and roll defense.
Other teams do not have this problem.
Speaking like we're talking basketball, like you could go up to the Y for 15 minutes and you're like, here's 3 guys, you'll switch, and it's not that hard.
Maybe that's what they should do. I think Titus is a basketball fan. He wears all the drip and swag. He's kind of like a basketball player a little bit. Maybe he should just play a little basketball this offseason. Practice pick and roll defense. Get your head up and go protect your quarterback. Look what Tunsil takes the guy. He's not confused. He's not chasing.
Again, this is
that guy.
This is kind of an issue I've had all year. Like, I don't necessarily understand. I get that maybe you want to go help Tunsil if there's nobody else, but Tunsil doesn't need help. He doesn't need help. Why are we so quick to go help Tunsil? Like, he doesn't need it.
That guy is running towards Laremy Tunsil. Let Tunsil take him. Titus is acting like there's no one there to help him. Titus is acting like he's the only guy on that side of the field, so he has to down block him and just drive him into the dirt. No, dude, Tunsil is there for you, buddy. I mean, it's disgusting to watch.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And then that was obviously discombobulated. You can probably see.
I was glad that Stroud just got rid of that because that was very close to being a safety.
Yeah, he had to get outside the pocket first because you can't just.
Yeah.
And I like stuff like that too. You have Nico Collins there. You should know the timing on when he's going to break out. Pitch and catch. And stuff like that should have always been in the playbook, but I feel like we haven't even seen simple things like sticking out concepts, but they finally run it there. Quick completion.
And that's the type of stuff that John Mechie can do, even if, it was definitely a frustrating game for him. That's the type of stuff he can do for sure.
I mean, I would hope that anyone can run an arrow route, but yes,
Yeah.
definitely. It's good to have like little confidence boosters like that. For Mechie, for someone who fumbled, like he probably completely forgot that he fumbled because he had 4 catches.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
the
I'm assuming this
that.
last play is the other play that they counted as a turnover worthy play. And I guess I kind of want to see it again because I'm kind of curious now.
Yeah, I don't really know why he threw that at all.
Yeah.
Definitely a turnover worthy play.
That one away.
Imagine if it went a little bit differently, a little bit higher, a little bit to the left.
Yeah. No, I can see why.
Now, outside of that, those 2 turnover worthy plays, I haven't seen bad football from Stroud, and then obviously the miss to Mechie on the flat. So that's 3 plays in the first half, or okay, I guess 4 plays in the first half because of the pick. Not awful.
No.
Not
Yeah,
awful.
and the first half wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible, I didn't feel like, for Stroud.
Right. I don't want 4 plays that like were on the quarterback, like just purely. It could be worse. Like we saw worse football from other teams this year, this week.
Well, and
So,
he had a very good finish to the half, which definitely helped out.
As we're about to see, yep.
His case, yeah.
So I mean, obviously Hutchinson was just wide open in space and went to Stroud's rolling outside. Good job by him there. We are gonna have an incompletion here, though. Don't quite remember.
Oh God! Like this one hit. If I'm not mistaken, this hit Schultz right in the hands, and he just drops it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, another play where it's just like kind of like the Mechie drop. It's like you barely got touched. You have to hold on to that. Like it's very simple. You should be able to bring that in. No one else, no other team has that problem.
It's 1st and 10. Like, why are we trying to turn out field back quickly? Just take your yards, man. Like, just catch it. It's okay if you go down. Like, you got to just catch that.
And that's beautiful anticipation. You see even a little bit of a window there at the end, kind of close. Good job. It's Stover instead of Schultz as well. That I don't. Was there pressure? I was kind of looking at the routes, honestly.
No.
So really no reason
there wasn't.
To trigger to that route. Little things like that. Not purely progressing is more so a product of the protection over a course of a game.
Oh, I don't know what just happened. Got an error code. I don't know what that's about.
Goodness.
NFL Pro's just not having a good day here, I guess.
No. Not at all.
Let's see if it lets me go back. Or maybe we'll have to switch to the end zone view. Oh, there we go. All right. See if this works. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I understand based on the spacing to why you would kind of hitch to Woods, but I guess I would probably say you would throw to Mechie personally. If you can really throw off,
honestly, I would kind of like to see it go all the way and get this to Mixon, but
it
would take a while.
There's space. He's elusive. I'd love that 10,000 times more than Woods. But yeah, that's a double post concept, and as long as you can move the safety over and when they're writing this play up and they're talking about it in meetings, they should be talking about moving the safety, see how they react to the inside post, and obviously you have the space there to Mechie. So that I don't understand why he's not following
Very
through.
similar concept to Mechie's touchdown against Detroit before
Right.
the half.
And the
Same
Tank Dell
idea.
game, the Tank Dell game winner against last year against Tampa Bay. I mean,
Yeah.
he's done this before. I don't know why he's not doing it now. So not necessarily loving everything we've seen on this drive. But he has Nico Collins, and that's what he did on this drive. Nico Collins, and he made plays outside the pocket. So again, that's their identity at this point.
I'll go ahead and I'll add
As,
the
as you said, you thought
well,
he was pretty good second half. So
yeah. Let's see. Okay, it does count as scrambles. There we go. I didn't know it did that. It's pretty cool.
definitely the right move there. You know, make sure Mechie is going to be able to get out of bounds instead of just checking it down. Obviously, bad defense by the Chargers to let someone get out of bounds. And then here's a scramble. Looks pretty quick to me. Looks about just as fast as Cam Akers. Not sure if that's even a compliment though.
No. Yeah, I'm not sure that's a big compliment in 2025, but
No, in the big 2025.
nope.
And love me some double slants. Not quadruple slants, but double slants is okay.
This might have been his best throw of the game to me. This was a really impressive throw.
Okay. Yeah, I just love the way he throws with anticipation on the inbreakers. I mean, you don't see like the willingness from enough quarterbacks to do that nowadays, but he is no fear.
Yeah. Actually, remind me where we at because I do want to go to. Hold on, I want to go to the play right after that because it pissed me
Oh,
off when I was there.
okay.
So in this
So,
situation, right, we just got a 40-yard game,
yeah.
and our idea is we're gonna go double pass to Xavier Hutchinson because I get watch.
Sounds
Okay,
cool. Sounds
hold
cool.
on. Redo this. Oh, what happened? Oh, my
Oh,
camera turned off. All
everything's
right,
turned off.
well,
Good.
there we go.
Holy
I'm back. I made it back.
There we go.
I made it back. All right, let's go back. I don't know what's going on with the maybe it's the internet, maybe it's NFL Pro. I don't know what's going on today. Here we go. Let's get this out of here. Okay. God, I don't know what's taking so long. What is going on? Oh man, it
Oh
just
no.
it just crashed on me. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Let's see. Me can't use. All right, I don't know what is going on.
all
Let's
right.
see.
I got it. I got it pulled up here. Do you want me to
Okay,
present?
okay. I'm trying to see if I can get my camera to load in. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got the camera back at least. There you go. Yeah, I'll go ahead and let you. I'll go ahead and let you present.
Yeah.
See if we can get that stuff. We can get it pulled up. So I don't know what was going on with my Wi-Fi today.
Oh, good. All right. Okay. So, as you said, is after the big gain. And the Texans are in a little bit of trickery. Obviously, never want to turn over in the red zone or near the red zone.
No. Yeah.
And the Texans turn the ball over on their own territory. They turn the ball over in the red zone. Also, the way he was running with the ball, we can go to the end zone view. Also, I hold on. I do want to see how open it was or not open. Oof. Yeah. So they think Mixon can throw it from the 27 to the end
I don't know,
zone?
but if you can see him pump this when he comes out of it. You can see it. He's looking
Yeah.
at it.
Wow.
And the
Okay.
line is not blocking. The line is not blocking like it's a screen. Watch. When he gets it right, keep going a little bit right there.
Yeah.
He's loading up to throw
Oh my
it.
God. I'm not so sure.
He loads up to throw
I
the
don't
ball.
know. I'm very. This is very. Yeah. Obviously, yeah. He looks right there to throw it. Yeah. That's
I'm pretty
weird.
confident it's a double pass
That's weird.
because to me also, I don't think to me the line is intentionally staying close to the line of scrimmage, anticipating a throw.
Wait.
They don't go past two
Oh
or
yeah,
one
because
or
they
whatever
can't
it
block
is.
up. Yep, they can't block up field if he's. Yeah,
It's a
you're
pass.
right.
They're trying to pass this.
Pass. But he's not. He's clearly not open. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. No, I thought it was a trick play because that's my end zone. That's where I sit over there. So I was a little bit confused on why Mixon was like running so slow. So I definitely thought it was a trick play as well.
Yeah.
But clearly not open whatsoever. Jesus Christ, doesn't want
You might honestly you might just type in Stroud because CJ might be with the
to.
abbreviation. Yeah.
Grammar police. Okay. Yeah, obviously, yeah. The Texans could have scored points there.
Yep.
We're talking a completely
Well, and they
different.
easily could have had seven the next drive. They ended with three, which was better than nothing. But
Yes. I mean, I like the play action there. Doesn't bite, as you can see. But you can have Irv Smith right there. You can also run. Obviously, prefer to run. We have the space. We don't need to see the end zone view of that. But hey, I like that he ran. And I think he would have ran regardless of the game, or if he
yeah.
realized he wasn't running enough. And then I love this. I love this formation. Okay, it doesn't want me to do that. You got the guard pull or you got the
Yeah,
tackle
that's Fisher.
pulling,
That's Fisher.
tackle
Yeah.
pulling. You could run a toss. They could think it's a toss. They're kind of crashing it. It's a toss. But Tyler Tart makes a great play. Phenomenal play by Tyler Tart. That's gonna be a touchdown. It's not for him unless 23 makes a play. As you see, number 90 right here. Texans decide not to re-sign him, and so he decides, you know what? I'm gonna shut down a touchdown. Good on him.
I know. Yeah, I was watching
Good on
that like
him.
from where I was. Oh man, that was so close.
Yeah,
I swear there's like at least one Nico screen a game where if he makes one guy miss, he's
of
gone.
course.
Every week, it feels like.
Yeah.
And he never he gets tripped up every time.
All right, we're gonna have play action power with the guard pulling, or tight end there as well for extra protection. He's also gonna go into a wheel route. It's gonna be tight end leak with Stover. And he eventually throws it. So that's good read. Tight end leak has become kind of a nuanced play that you'll see in the NFL now. And I'm glad to see the Texans do it too. So Bobby Slovic calling some fun plays, I'd say, in the passing game.
Yeah. It
He's
wasn't a fan of the double pass, but the rest.
there, and that's what he's going to do. That's we're able to see that he's the first guy open. He does the first guy open. Quick passing game is what I always thought would be Stroud's kind of best thing. And he's got great mechanics for it. You saw how quick the ball came out. Base looked good. And then I understand why he threw this ball. Another
Yeah, I do
protection
too.
plan
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Look at the leverage. Yeah, he does have him. He absolutely. I know it's Dalton Schultz, and someone might separate a little bit more over top, but at the same time, he did underthrow his ball. As you can see, it's just kind of falling off right there. The ball's right there, and Derwin James easily able to go get that. Some people might say Schultz should have fought for the ball more, but that's just not a good ball. And when you're running like that, it's hard to really come back to it. And Schultz never been known for that. So Stroud should know on this play to rather throw it high and overthrow it, extend it, lead him more, stuff like that. Yeah. Here you got another protection plan with Woods. Another chip there from Schultz. A lot of space.
Love to see that they're incorporating chips a little bit more.
Yes, we love that. You got Mixon right there. So you're going to go to Mixon. Could have also really, let's see, hold on. Yeah, you could have pumped to Mixon. That guy actually really overreacted to when Stroud. See when his base is like that. He kind of overreacted. And then you got Schultz.
I'm pretty sure this ends up. Is there a hold on that one? No, huh? I don't
No.
remember. This drive was kind of a disaster. So.
Oh, was there a hold on a
I
run?
saw the Jets. The Jets
On a run.
interviewed Brian Gaine for their GM job. Texans legend
Oh, wow.
Brian Gaine.
I wonder who's he with now.
I don't know.
Good for him.
Let's see.
3rd and 22, just kind of run the field goal range type play there. So I like that.
He is Buffalo's assistant GM.
Oh, he went back to Buffalo. Okay. That's good. We're gonna have a quick pass. I believe not super quick. You have Nico right there. Could have gone to him earlier, obviously. But he just look how firm his base is there. Like, the mechanics are really good. Even when there's pressure right there, he's making sure Bosa doesn't get in the way. So it's always good to see quarterback maintaining their mechanics. Here he's gonna be sacked, so I'm intrigued to see. Cannot get sacked from the 4-yard line.
No.
Oh, it was
I will
immediate.
say he actually looks to throw us away because you can see he actually switches the ball to his left hand, and there's just nothing he can really do.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Obviously, Max gonna get the pressure.
Right. Well, as soon as right now he's trying to throw it away with his left.
No,
which
I think he's trying to
honestly,
throw to Stover, actually.
or yeah, just trying to.
He's gonna throw to Stover. But Nico
I'm
was
honestly in that situation.
He's open.
Yeah, in that situation, just hold the ball. I get you don't want to take a sack from the 4 and on 2nd and 1. Like, that's 100% understandable. Don't throw the ball with your left hand. Like, take the sack if you have to take the sack.
He didn't want to get a little Mahomey.
That would have been pretty awesome. I would have been pretty excited if he completed that. But
we're gonna get cheat motion by Mixon, and nothing's really open yet. Probably have another double post concept. You're gonna have to check it down here. But he's not good. Let's see what's going on with the pressure though. Good coverage by the Chargers, I will say. That's a really good rep by Blake Fisher. So he gets to help a little bit there. He has the flexibility to get outside a little bit.
Kept his eyes up. Knew he was out, how to get out there.
Yeah.
Like to see that.
And his hands are perfectly timed to where
Tunsil and Titans got.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that again. That's okay right there. I think the thing is they're sliding left. Because of the slide left, they're okay to just kind of double team, but really not the best effort there. I guess Tunsil's really the one who didn't have the best effort. Yeah, no, Tunsil didn't really have the best effort there. That's not like a shock to any of us, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I really did like this call, first down on this drive. Just everyone thinks you're going to come out and run it. Hit a little play action. Go get yourself
yeah.
5.
Woo. Oh
It must
man,
have been the
there.
play that Stover got injured.
If Derwin James doesn't blitz here, there is just absolutely
Oh
nobody.
boy,
There
yeah.
comes on Mechie. I don't know what they would have done with that leverage. Whew. And there was a scramble right here.
Oh yeah, this is I don't know how this wasn't a first down.
Definitely got a scramble. No one's open. And yeah, that was so weird. Even on the replay, still looked like he got a first down, but nope, they don't care. And that's it, actually. So, yeah, the second half was very clean. I think
Yeah.
the second half was clearly very clean football. Can't really pinpoint anything. There's probably plays where they had good coverage and scrambled, or you had to take a sack, or other than that, it looks good.
Yeah. Agreed. For the 2nd and 1 play, it's kind of what I always go to. Don't roll out left there because that's a lot easier of a throw to get off if you're going to the right.
What?
I get that. And in that situation, the left side was the short side of the field. That's another one of my things. Don't run those type of plays to the short side of the field. You flip it, it makes everyone's job a lot easier. So I don't hate the call, but just kind of one of those things in that spot. I like to see it go the wide
Yeah,
side of the field.
well, think of the Rams touchdown to start their drive last night. You had the flood concept to the
The one to
short side
Kyron.
with the crosser and then the halfback leak. I mean, there's reasons
Mhm.
why it's utilized,
Yeah.
obviously, but there was no protection plan on Khalil Mack
Yeah. Yeah.
other than Joe Mixon, I should say, other than Joe Mixon, and then
Which,
that didn't work. That didn't work at all.
yeah.
So can't really let that happen. But other
Yeah,
than that,
that's why PFF was pretty mean to his pass blocking grade. I think he got like a 20 something. So
yeah. To Mixon, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we can actually here, if it lets me present, we can go through those real quick if you don't want.
Yeah.
Let's do that. All right. Offensively, yeah. So his pass blocking was a 38. I don't know why his pass grade was so low. I didn't feel like he was bad in the pass game for the most part. Like, did he have any like he didn't have that many targets, I felt like.
Well,
Maybe
yeah, what does that even mean? Like he's a running back. I mean, it's not like he's out here
his only target was the one, I guess the check
check
down.
down.
Maybe he was
He's not
just
a route running
yeah.
technician. No one's asking him to be. I don't know why they feel the need to grade him as such. I mean, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Pass blocking grade. We get Tunsil. Solid game from Fisher. Um, if you want to go true pass set, which I think true pass set is more interesting to be honest with y'all.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. If I'm scouting like a good tackle, I want to see their true pass rushing reps. If they can stop
yeah.
that, they're gonna be totally fine in the NFL.
The true pass set, there was 17 pressure wise. So Titus and Patterson both gave up 2 pressures.
Yeah, look,
Fisher gave
Travis
up
Howard didn't
1.
really do anything good again in this game, and I
No,
don't
he was
really
bad. He was
what.
bad.
And he can't go back to right tackle because it seems like there might be someone at right tackle who's a different and possibly better football player than him.
Yeah, I mean, definitely more physical, which is something that
Which
we've
is
been
what they
looking for.
need. They
So,
need. They need to have on their football team.
yeah.
And
And
just
just
go.
Scruggs played well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
so
I don't know. I like
mm.
Fisher's run blocking grade was horrendous. I didn't know he was that bad, but
I didn't notice really many runs to the right side. I feel like
yeah,
they're
we didn't really watch a lot of the run games though.
I mean, yeah, and I mean kind of over the course.
Defensively, a lot of good on defense. Kamari didn't give up a reception, which is pretty impressive.
Can you get a pass rush win rate possibly? I think they have that somewhere.
Uh, let's see.
Pass rush. Yeah. Okay, win rate. Yeah, Danico Autry. That's what I was looking for. He had an
Yeah,
insanely high pass rush win rate.
holy shit. Yeah,
Well, Anderson 23 is good. Hunter 17 is above average. Tim Settle, 10% is actually pretty good for a defensive tackle as well. So really good rates for everyone. Folu didn't really get too many pass rushing opportunities, though, obviously, which is fine. We talked about the packages, we wanting it to be Autry, Anderson, Hunter, and then, Settle or Edwards really would be the other guys. So
Well, there you go. Top graded run defender.
And then Harris
Folu
had a 48, which is would make sense based on his snaps.
Yeah, he graded out pretty bad.
I didn't look at the snap. The snaps that he played.
45 overall.
I think he was being attacked. Maybe you can say there's nothing else he could do there. That's why they wanted to do 45. That's fine. Just kind of stick to the 4-2-5, and they probably will next year. Maybe just try to get Christian Harris up to be a 3-down guy. But hey, Henry To'oTo'o, like the guy. The Texans like the guy. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, To'oTo'o, this is a To'oTo'o game. Great run defense, not great in coverage.
Yeah,
that's what you get.
He's a run defender. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what you're getting. It's not like a surprise. Miles Bryant had a pretty decent game too. I know that
the pass deflection
was the lad touchdown, which is tough, but I really didn't feel like the catch, that lad play, was really his fault. It was a good catch by Ladd, and then Bullock probably should have been there to go make a play, and he wasn't.
I don't know why he was doing that. Yeah, I don't know why Bullock was doing that.
I mean, and that's why Kalen got a 29. He's
wow.
He really has not graded out. He has not graded out well all season, actually. 47 this year. He's had some really bad games, grade wise too. But I think he's good. I think he's going to be a good player. But there's definitely some plays where he takes some really brutal angles. So some stuff to work on for sure. But
yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to add, Drew?
I think that's it for now. And like I said, I think it's a very winnable game against the Chiefs. It's just I'm intrigued to see how it goes, if they can maintain the same identity from the win against the Chargers.
Yep, for sure. And by the way, I just want to get this out here. I apologize for being sick again. I've been fighting this thing. It's been like a month on and off. So
he's a dog.
I've been fighting through this stuff. So I appreciate y'all bearing with me on this. But thank y'all for watching, of course. Hopefully it's not the last season one we do. Hopefully we get another one next week. If not, we're definitely gonna start doing some off-season stuff. I've bought in a lot of the college film stuff that we can do. We can go through here, do that. Go through offensive line stuff, different receivers, because I think the receiver is going to kind of be something that we talk about this offseason with the injuries and the depth at receiver. Safety, whatever y'all want to see, we can go ahead and get into that. But hopefully we're back next week talking about Baltimore or Buffalo, one of those two. That would be ideal. We appreciate all the support y'all have shown. Make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.